I'm going to play now certain parts of the movie Mile 22 with Mark Wahlberg. It's from 2018. So I'm going to play parts of the movie which are relevant to the subject of this video, which I'm not going to reveal now. So after I play this part of this video, and this is full movie I found with subtitles in Serbian, and I will need to play another video, and after that I will reveal the subject or title of this video. So let's play it. Of course I will stop when some explanations are needed.
20 seconds.
Okay, so you want me to waste this guy in broad fucking daylight?
Confirmed.
10.
Child 1, the cavalry is en route. Get the hell out of there.
Kill CCTV 1, CCTV 2.
Let's go. Child 1, mother, you clear for
4 miles. We are going to be with you for full exfil. Continue on the current.
route to the park exit. There will be a parking lot. You will go to number 3.
7 people believed to be members of Russia's FSB, or State Intelligence Service, formerly known as the KGB, were found dead in what sources say was a Russian safe house.
Sources inside the U.S. intelligence community indicated that this was an FSB hit on its own, perhaps an attempt to manufacture what appeared to be an assault on Russian civilians, but was,
Suicide
in
mission.
fact, a kind of
Russia's
suicide
This
mission.
is clearly a slaughterhouse turned in on
What
us.
they described as a quiet, safe, and friendly community.
One of the victims, disturbingly, an 18-year-old Russian male. This is uncharacteristic for the KGB to be targeted.
Victim, apparently 18 years of age, and this is truly shocking.
White House official indicated that this was a Russia-led operation.
More information will be coming out. They have been playing it very close to the vest of the FBI. We will keep you informed.
Here's your non-disclosure. We're transcribing and recording.
Mrs. Silva, I believe your son may be gifted.
There's nothing wrong with you, Jimmy. Your mind just moves faster than the other kids. Snap this when you can't slow down. Just like that.
We need to talk about your anger, Jimmy.
A tragic scene on Jericho Turnpike this morning.
Killing a mother and her twin sons. A third son, 11-year-old Jimmy Silva, is in critical condition.
We do have some other activities.
Okay, so I need to check out this ground branch. If this really exists. I mean, not this game, but real ground branch. I mean the one that's mentioned there. so I'm okay, so there's something here, ground brand, blah blah blah. It appears to be real. So let's continue with the movie.
I won't discuss those other activities at this time.
It requires a change in tactics, a tightly knit, highly efficient machine.
We will direct every tool of intelligence until there is no refuge.
Ramping up of these wars outside of the war zones.
Grid 546.
Eyes on Blue Sedan.
Copy. You're clear to engage.
You're authorized to go break the law in other countries, and you have the presidential authority to do it.
The real abilities that we have, this is something nobody can even understand.
James Silva, welcome to the New Wars.
Okay, so that was it. Next up.
Если он жив, через 24 часа мы потерпели неудачу.
Everyone thinks they know everything now. You think you know about election hacking? You think you understand the definition of collusion? You know nothing.
Give back. Put your hands in the air. Give back.
Most sources lie right to your face. When they have what you need, they know they have the power.
Полетели. Мы собираемся сделать что-то мощнее, чем просто убить человека.
So it's important to translate this. I had a version of this movie which has translation in English. So I will just translate. I mean, I partly understand. I don't really speak Russian, but I partly understand it, and I remember what was there in that other version, other copy actually of this movie. It was also on YouTube, but it's gone now. So this guy, high military officer, said, "We will now do something that's way more important than just, or way more bigger than just killing a man."
Мы
собираемся убить идею, уничтожить идею, что мы слабы.
The second part that he said is we are going to kill the idea, and that idea is that we are weak. So, and this is actually the subject of this video. So I'm going to the next part.
Warriors don't wear uniforms anymore. There are no uniforms in war now. The little girl that looks like your little sister's hippie friend on holiday might be a weapon of mass destruction. The start of an operation is just like the start of anything else. Everything could go right, everything could go wrong. Diplomacy is option 1. Military is option 2. When options 1 and option 2 are abandoned, there's only one thing left, which is us. We are the third option. Special situations teams, special missions unit, smart people on short notice to solve problems. The two teams, they are by design 2,000 miles from one another. The Overwatch location is America's most closely guarded secret.
Расскажите, как это работает?
Как только он двинется, они поменяют сеть. Это наша лазейка. Это наш вход.
So this part is important. She asked him, I won't still explain who this lady is. She asked him how this works, and he said that they are switching. When they said they mean Overwatch. It is explained what is Overwatch in that first clip. So this is CIA Special Unit, and for special operations. So he said that when they are switching the network, they will jump in. That would be their password and their code. This is what he said. So it will be seen later in another part of this video, how this movie, how Russians broke into their communications and took over. And what I need to mention now is the real event, which probably was sort of inspiration for this idea, idea in this movie, and it's something that happened in I think 2014. Yeah, so this was about I think the right word is destroyer, but I will just copy part of this. So destroyer, Donald Cook again in Black Sea. I will copy part of this, which is important, which is relevant for this video, part of this article. So this is from official Radio Television of Serbia website, and this is Sukhoi, Russian Sukhoi Su-24. There's 24 flying over American destroyer. I think that this is the right word. So I don't need this anymore. I can run it through the what? Okay, this was my code for the to log into Twitter. I'm not calling it X because I wasn't logged for a long time. Okay, let's see again. So I will just run it through. Yeah, this translated as destroyer. So Donald Cook came to the center of public attention in 2014 when it was flown over by a Russian Sukhoi. They translated it as dry. I don't know if this is real translation. So Su-24 in a sweeping flight, after which an avalanche of speculation was launched as to what happened on that occasion. According to the Russian version, the plane was equipped with an electronic countermeasures. Well, I don't know. Yeah, they translated properly, but I don't think this is a proper term. But anyways, so this is called ground version of that is called Jammer. It is mentioned in there is a scene with it in the end of the movie called No Tears for the Dead. That hotel scene. So let's continue. So countermeasures device Hibini. So this incident, I call this incident in 2014, I call it Hibini incident, or Hibini Donald Cook incident, or Donald Cook Hibini incident, which allegedly completely blinded electronic equipment of the destroyer. The Pentagon strongly protested after this event, and so on and so on and so on. This was, I mean, that's my opinion. It might not be true. So it is possible that this was the inspiration for this idea of taking over communications. I mean, it's I don't know how this would be possible in real life, but this might be the inspiration, as I said. So let's continue.
An op is a living thing. Once you launch, the op has a life of its own.
Sam, what's the op?
It's classified.
Prepare for net changeover. Ready? And in 5, 3, 2, 1.
We are active on new comms.
Do I believe in Santa Claus? No. Tooth Fairy? Did I believe that my three ex-wives meant it when they said that they would love me forever? Absolutely fucking not. Did I believe that the comms are secure? Yes. We all did.
Hello, my old friend.
Yes, Mother. All good. Do you have your sneakers on?
Good to go.
Let's take a drive.
Angel to Mother, we have wheels up. 47 mics to LZ. We'll be yo-yo for the next 27 minutes.
So you're telling me you really want to bring down this government? Why don't you give me the code, save us some trouble? No.
Anonymity is a hard concept for most coders to grasp because it's a hard concept for most men to grasp. Most coders are men. This was definitely written by a woman.
Our friend here has a little bit of an ego. Occasionally ideology, which can be...
Do you know why people commit espionage against their own government? It's mainly money, right, Dougie?
That's been my experience, yes.
So if you're not into money, which I hear you're not, is that correct, Alice?
Right.
And it's not ideology, and nobody's forcing you to do this. There can only be one other possible exception. You got a big ego.
So this part about woman being behind that code, which encrypted the disk, is telling the viewer of this movie that this lady is someone very important. So it will be revealed in the end who she is and what is really happening. So this is a spoiler alert. By showing certain parts of the movie, I don't know if it would be if it would make sense to watch the movie afterwards, because these are the most important part of the movie. Although I skipped those fighting scenes, these are not really something that has to do with the subject of this movie. Sorry, man, subject of this video. So this is the actual break-in into their communication. I showed that scene about the aircraft Russians are using. So let's continue.
Bishop, I got 7 motorcycles approaching quickly.
Look out bikes, Dougie. I see him.
What the fuck is that? Dougie, get right, get right.
Where'd that come from?
What's that motorcycle? On your left!
Dougie, come right!
Get right.
Where's the signal?
Child 1, mother.
Status.
Other child 1. Looks like the threats are breaking contact.
Check the tape. What did we miss?
Rewinding footage? Bishop? This motorcycle's placed something on the side of the vehicle?
Gretzky, Reed, KIA.
Okay, so first off, there I noticed a lot of missing parts or incorrectly translated in this subtitles. So, for instance, here it says that these people are dead. This is incorrect. They are KIA, so killed in action. Okay, so I'm going now to switch to the last part, which will explain everything. So again, this is a spoiler alert. So for people who want to watch this movie, I would skip this part, and I will add in the description of this video where this ends, this part ends. So this is basically almost the end of the movie. So when I play it now, it will be for, I don't know, like 5 or 6 minutes. So this is almost the end of the movie. So I'm not really interested in last minute or two, because they are not really relevant. Okay, so this is the last part that I'm playing.
They're gonna stay put no matter what.
Overwatch is requesting. Negative. Your bowl window is closing.
Tell those pilots, I don't give a fuck!
Tell them we're here. We're on the runway now. Holy shit! Aboard! Engines forward. We're aboard. Copy that. We're aboard. Okay, tell me when the package is in. Copy.
Let's go. Move. Code, now.
Hey. You got something for me now?
ROZHDESTVO 111.
Father Child 1 Rebel. Oh.
Yes. Trust Virgin Oyster 111.
This Rождество means birth, and it can also mean actually I play the part where it says, where it says what it means, that guy who is the leader of Overwatch. I just wanted to mention that this part Z age is actually a letter J. This is natural speaking sound, so it is for people who speak French, for instance, as in je t'aime. And of course this letter exists also in English, for instance, Asia, and in Latin it is written as Z with diacritical V, small v over it.
111.
This is how the lineup works. What line is that? Witchcraft?
Our line.
We're not on the same line. Respectfully.
Respectfully, we are.
It stopped. The clock stopped. We have 5 locations of the cesium.
5 locations have been confirmed. They're being sent to Langley.
He's clear. Put him on the plane.
Go.
Hands up. Each part. He's clear.
This might actually work.
Okay, we're rolling.
Let's move. Let's get this package out of here.
You got 6 days. Go. Go be a mother. Go.
I'll be back in 5.
Oh, hey. Say hello with your mother for me.
What?
Say hello to who? What the fuck did you say?
Keep...
What are you doing?
It's odd. They're spiking.
Maybe he doesn't like planes.
Почти время. Почти время. Вы хотите смотреть?
Да.
So this is important. This guy said, general, it's time. So this lady is obviously military general.
Now, Bishop.
Nothing's responding.
Look, it's taking over our computer. It's not done encoding.
So this is another part, which is, of course, in my opinion, that's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. So this is another part which might be based on that real event, Hibini Donald Cook incident.
What is that? What is that?
What is this?
Meditation, Alice. Keep me focused on the job.
The code is Russian. Jesus, this whole thing's Russian.
Code word is Russian for Christmas.
This is 111 Christmas.
Christmas Street?
It's a Trojan horse hop.
Take off, wheels up, we have full throttle.
He's not a double agent. He's a triple agent.
Oh my God.
He's a Russian.
Child one, mother.
Keep them on the ground. I repeat, them on the...
Gotcha.
This was a very simple story. Killed the wrong kid.
18 years of age.
My mother lost her son, and it turns out she was a very powerful lady. Failure of imagination.
You mean the death of Overwatch?
And death of what?
Overwatch. No, you were the target.
Mayday, package is armed and attempting hostile take...
He did everything right. He was unpredictable, highly trained. Recruiting was young. He convinced us he did not trust us and then convinced us to trust him.
Do you want to talk about Alice? Do you want to talk about what happened on that airplane?
Mayday, 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 cockpit has been breached. Package is armed. Direct to immediate LZ.
No. You already know this.
Tell me again.
I've already gone over this with you. They activated him to make us activate Overwatch.
Say hello to your mother for me.
I think there is no defense against someone willing to die. Someone capable of cultivating our trust by offering us the one thing that we want and the one thing that we need. That's the real weapon of mass destruction.
killer who looks like a hero. The great game continues.
So as he said, the great game continues, and now I'm going to search for, I hope it's there, for email that I that I sent on 16th of April 2021, and I will name one of the recipients. So this is Secretary of Higher Instance Court of Sarajevo, and I need to. So there's a problem with the history of Gmail. It didn't remember that email, but anyways. So 16th of April 2021. What? Oh, okay. That was wrong. That was my other email. Sorry about that. Okay, so there are actually two emails. It's not this one, but it has very important video. This is my Skype call, and I mentioned that in video I uploaded on my YouTube channel today on related to current health, Minister of Health of Serbia, Zlatibor Lončar, real piece of shit and monster. So this is the second part of email I sent on 16th of April 2021, as can be seen. This was for Government of People's Bank of Serbia. Real piece of shit, moron, stupid bitch. Then at that time he's again Minister of Health, called Dr. Death, Zlatibor Lončar, and for guy who was at that time a Director of State Intelligence, and for some other piece of shit. But it was also this email was also for Director of State Intelligence, which was described in that video mentioned on my YouTube channel. So I can actually access it from here. Maybe. Yeah, from here. No, I will go to my channel. Will not use Studio. So here, if I go to videos tab, so this is this video is dedicated to that guy who is currently, for second time, Minister of Health, deeply involved in cover-up of monstrous murders of 3 members of my family. So he's addressed here, and again another piece of shit who is also described in this video. It's not the latest one, no views, yeah, right. And as I said, that other guy called Brada Santos, because he was smuggling coffee. Again, everything is explained in that last video and this video at the end. So YouTube search buries this at the end. You can see from description of that video why YouTube is doing that. So I posted this video from G Drive. It was not at that time on the it was not uploaded. I can actually check out when it was uploaded exactly. So I sent it using yeah, it was June when I uploaded it, published it. So at that time this was not published, and I sent a link using G Drive. Then this is just the same, these two emails are the same ones, but I just needed to divide recipients into two groups because I have problem when sending emails. I just want to show the list of recipients. This is military intelligence VBA. This is also military intelligence VOA. They never answered when I called them. And this is BIA or state intelligence. So that guy, Brother Santos or Bratislav Gašić, he was at that time, he's now Minister of Defense, but at that time, for the second time Minister of Defense, he's a criminal, okay, alright, but he's Minister of Defense for the second time, and at that time he was Director of State Intelligence. Okay, and so on and so on. These 272 and 63 are special units, military SWAT units, special operation units. This is also this translated as Cobras. This is also another special unit of military, Serbian military. This case SAJ is special anti-terrorist unit of police, Serbian police, and so on and so on. This is Minister of Defense, Vojska.Serbia, blah blah blah, and so on and so on. So that was that first email. Actually, first group of recipients. This is the second group is the same content. This is the second group. Okay, so Geodetic Institute. What the hell is this? Okay, there are some double recipients, but anyways, I showed both emails. So that was first part of the email, and this is the second part. So this is the second part of the same email sent on 16th of April. I said here I forgot two important notes. This is about fall of military helicopter mentioned in that video, this video about BBC, and that last video I uploaded today. This one. So that was the first video. I can actually. Sorry, this is actually the documentary about the fall of that military helicopter. And one is the branch of CNN in Balkans. And one more time, more details are here in this last video and in that video. Containing Skype call to BBC, where I called BBC because they had video and article on fall of the chopper, but they didn't mention that those people who are involved, who are responsible for that. So Brother Santos and Dr. Death are actually international criminals. They are involved in the international organized crime, big time. Okay, and this second part is something that's important for this video that I'm now recording. So it says here, it looks like your show with the virus went wrong. Now everything is moving to Ukraine. I meant the war in Ukraine. I don't know where it started exactly. I cannot really remember when war what? No. Okay, 24th February of 2022. So I predicted in this email that there will be war in Ukraine. I hope that you don't know English as foreign minister of defense Desi Deviacija. This is Desi deviation, Desi because she's Tsigani or Indian, and Deviacija means deviation of the nose. And this is about I think still current president of Supreme Court of Serbia. I also called her half Grubeti or half Tsigani. I'll explain what Tsiganis are, difference between gypsies and Tsiganis in a separate video. So on 16th of April 2021, I predicted there will be war in Ukraine, and I'm going to play the video. It's about Tulsi girl, or Tulsi, whatever it is spelled. So Tulsi Gabbard on 4th of July 2021. Okay, what's the so this is 13th of April 2021. Wow. So after that, I don't know how, 4th of July, something like 3 months after this is published, she became, Tulsi girl became the got a rank of lieutenant colonel. Well, she was applauded, blah 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 blah. I need to see how this thing is translated. in Serbian? I have an idea, but I need to be sure. Yeah. This is rank between major and colonel. Okay. So I think she's military in reserve. So this is a high rank of the high military rank. After that you have colonel, and there is only general. I think 2 ranks. There are actually 3 ranks of the general: general major, general lieutenant colonel, and general colonel. I mean, this is in Serbian army, but anyways. So before I play this, I'm going to translate this as well. So this was 23rd of February 2022. So again, what? Wow. 24th of February 2022, and I sent, is it possible? I sent this I replied to this lady with something I'm going to translate. Actually, oh yeah, this is my Twitter account. I can close this and I can okay, I just want to follow the procedure, and I will now go the other way. Let's see what. So a day before war officially started in Ukraine, and war in Ukraine is first major conflict after Second World War. This is very, very important. So this is what I wrote. The situation in Ukraine and all other crises. Okay, this is incorrectly translated. Crisis and hotspots, so-called hotspots, since 2019 served to cover up Jeffrey Epstein scandal, i.e. child prostitution ring, there should be ring here, with the support CIA, Mossad and all elite EU countries, which lasted 30 years. As someone involved in geopolitics, you should know that. Okay, this last part was not really important. Okay, so a day before war officially started, I stated this. So this is very, very important. And now let's play this. So before I play this, I will reveal the title of this video. So title of this video is why Russians are portrayed as way superior. Actually, I don't need 2 ways. So way superior than Americans or Americans. We all know who are cons and what con means. So why Russians are portrayed as way superior than Americans in Mile 22, in the movie Mile 22, in parentheses 2018. So let's play this as a final touch. So again, this is something that's played that premiered on 13th of April 2021, so before the war started. So let's see what our Tulsi or Tulsi, whatever girl, has to say. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is typical, including of course that movie Mile 22. So as we saw, as can be seen, that movie Mile 22 is didn't have really good good ranks, 6 point something out of 10, but it is a must watch for everyone who is involved, interested in geopolitics, secret services and stuff like that. And of course the same thing goes for same recommendation goes for the American Assassin. And as we saw, as we can see in this movie Mile 22, there's some top actors who were in this movie. So it was very important. So this movie and this video that I'm going to play, this is part from Tucker Carlson show. So both of these two videos are typical examples of predictive programming. So this is not programming as programming languages for computers, personal computers or supercomputers or whatever computers, special purpose machines, architecture, and so on and so on. So this is predictive programming is programming of people, preparing them for something that will happen, and so on and so on. Okay, so I'm going to play this, and before I need to mention that this guy was totally exposed when that European historian confronted him in his show, so that part was removed. It was not aired, so I don't know why people take him seriously. So the guy proved that he is the fake opposition par excellence. Okay, so let's play it, and this will conclude the video unless I need to comment something within this video that I'm about to play.
Well, we've been arguing about pronouns here in the United States and wondering why 2x4s now cost $9 a piece. There's real drama unfolding in Europe. Tensions between Ukraine and Russia are the highest they have been in a very long time. And we get some sense that there are political elements, mostly in the Democratic Party, not exclusively though, who would like to see a war in Europe. What is this, and how concerned should we be about it? Tulsi Gabbard has paid a lot of attention to this. She's a former member of Congress from the state of Hawaii. We're happy to have her on tonight. Congresswoman, thanks so much for coming on. So is this conflict moving toward war, and are there leaders in this country who would like to see that, do you think?
It is moving in a very dangerous direction, and the question for the American people is, are we willing to go to war with Russia on behalf of Ukraine? And we need to understand that such a war would come at a cost beyond anything that we can really imagine. Because this is not a war that is just, okay, this is going to be something that's happening to someone else, somewhere else on the other side of the world. No, this is something that will directly impact me and you, Tucker, every single one of your viewers, and all of our loved ones. And this is a war that is not a game. It's a war in which there are no winners, because you've got, thousands of nuclear weapons that the United States has aimed towards Russia. Russia has thousands of nuclear weapons aimed towards us that could hit any town or city in America in less than 30 minutes and exact a cost upon every one of us that would result in excruciating death and suffering beyond comprehension. Hundreds of millions of people dying and suffering, seeing their flesh being burned from their bones. This is something that you can't really even imagine.
So the way she describes this, and again, she is military high officer, I think in reserve again, but this doesn't really change much. So the way he describes it is, the way he describes it means that they're serious about this. So the ones who told her what to say, they were serious and they really wanted to keep people in fear, not just Americans, but also all the other who might be involved, especially countries which are neighbors of Ukraine.
And it's a cost that we will all pay.
Why in the world would we ever contemplate going to war with Russia, honestly?
It is one that we should not do for those very reasons.
Yes.
If you look at the impacts of what a nuclear war brings, it really brings about the end of the world as we know it. And our leaders should understand this consequence and take it seriously. And this is why President Biden, instead of continuing to escalate tensions and continuing this new Cold War between the United States and Russia, he needs to de-escalate these tensions, kind of, take the heat out of it and actually focus on bringing an end to this new Cold War. Because if he doesn't, then it's not a question of if we go to war with Russia, if this war ends up with a nuclear holocaust. It really is then just a question of when. And if we continue down this path that we are on, it's something that could happen a lot sooner than any of us think.
I'm just amazed by the magnitude of the stories that all of us are missing, including those of us who are paid to follow this stuff, and especially this story. And so I appreciate how you so crisply and wisely assessed that. It's terrifying. Thank you, Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii, joining us tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was it. As I said in that reply on my Twitter, the main reason for staging war, I mean, people are really dying there. So, main reason for staging war in Ukraine is to cover up the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, because Russia is also involved for, I think, around 6 years. So Jeffrey Epstein was exporting girls from Russia and neighboring countries, I think also including Ukraine. So this is information from Open Court, major newspaper. All the newspapers wrote about that. I will create a separate video on it. So they're trying to, when I say that, I mean so-called elite or real mafia. So the so-called Judeo-Masonic mafia. So they are trying to cover up the whole thing with Epstein, and to cover up, of course, something that's way more important, and that's the fact that all these governments are controlled by that real mafia, so-called elite. And another example, perfect example, is our monstrous murders on my family. So Russian embassy don't want to answer for I don't know, more than 4 years, maybe more than that. So today is, sorry if I showed it again because I created several videos and I really cannot remember if I showed this. So today is 23rd of July 2024 and it can be seen in videos on my YouTube channel. When I contacted Russian embassy, they are ignoring me, and their doctor from Russian Federal State Hospital Fyodorov injected something causing 4 cancers, 3 or 4 cancers, I don't know, there is a spot, I don't know if this is cancer, 3 or 4 cancers in my eye, and CNN confirmed, and CBS I think, confirmed that in their articles that I really have cancer. If you compare pictures they have and picture of my cancers in my eye, they are the same. So CBS and CNN articles confirm that. So we have a situation here that Russian federal government is protecting United States federal government in case of monstrous murders of 3 members of my family, which also includes poisoning 3 kids. So again, this is the best example that all these, the whole thing with conflicts between Russia and US is rubbish. I mean, again, people are really dying, but so this is about poisoning children, this one and this one. So people are really dying, but everything is staged because both governments, both Russian and US government, federal governments, are controlled by the same mafia. So I predicted in, I think, 2019 that Jeffrey Epstein would not die, that scandal would not die. So this is international children sex trafficking and children prostitution ring, so which was happening for 30 years. I will create video proving that. I know have a lot of pieces of evidence of credible witnesses who were there, who knew both Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, and they confirmed in their interviews, documentaries and so on, in interviews and documentaries where they participated, they confirmed that the whole thing was running for 28 years, so not 10 like Conchita Sarnoff said, and not 20 like Julie K. Brown said. I think that's what they said, something like that. But 28 years, so almost 30 years, it is impossible, which means that it is impossible to hide it from and this is what so-called journalists, real pieces of shit, are trying to hide. So the major scandal with Jeffrey Epstein is that all international institutions, organizations, and so on are involved. So NATO in the first place, then of course United Nations, OSCE, and so on and so on. And I have here playlist with emails to banks. So these are international, most of them are international, and to international institution and institution or organizations, and so on and so on. So all of them cover up monstrous murders of 3 members of my family. They are brutally murdered, poisoned for years. These are monstrous crimes, and also 3 kids, my brother kids, are poisoned. So it means that all of them are actually really private organizations and institutions, and so on and so on, which are controlled by so-called elite or real mafia. And this is also important, contacting foreign ambassador and embassies, and so on and so on. So I will finish this video here, but there will be a lot of videos related to Jeffrey Epstein scandal, because I'm now finishing videos related. Of course, there will be afterwards some videos, but I'm finishing the largest part of videos related to monstrous murders of 3 members of my family, and those cases of poisoning 3 minors. So this monster did this disgusting degenerate. It is very interesting how they are moving this. This was first here, but anyways. So this is the monster who murdered, poisoned 3 members of my family. Doctors finished them off. So one by one, for years she poisoned them. This is her sister who worked for her. Both of these 2 pieces of shit and stupid bitches are had major psych issues. So again, cases of my family cases are another examples that all those international institutions, organizations, unions, and so on and so on are actually private companies. Unfortunately, governments of most of countries in the world also act as private companies controlled by a real mafia or so-called elite. Okay, so that would be it, and I will create another video which will be related to some incident in Russia, which served to cover up the fact about Russian involvement in Jeffrey Epstein scandal. So this happened. So Russia was involved in Jeffrey Epstein scandal for 6 years. So 6 years. I'm not mentioning those other countries like Germany through Deutsche Bank, and French through Jean-Luc Brunel, and of course UK through Prince Randy Andy. So I'm not giving details about that because there are a lot of articles on that. So there are not really a lot of articles on Russian involvement in the whole thing, but that involvement was a major deal. And of course, since that so-called elite cannot cover up this scandal, Jeffrey Epstein scandal, for 5 years, 5 years now since that became that scandal, 5 years now since that scandal became prime time news. So since they cannot, they are not able to cover it up for such a long time, it means they won't be able to cover it up in the future, which means everything will be exposed sooner or later, and it is something that will totally change geopolitics and the definition of international federal and international, federal and state institutions, which are of course paid in a lot of cases are paid by taxpayers. So it is the whole thing is monstrous as it sounds, but the good thing is that they won't get away with this. I mean, not just that so-called elite, but everyone involved, especially these who are now in the race for president of United States.